Well, hello folks, I'm Mark. Welcome to Road Atlanta for the Petit Le Mans 2024. We're going to start this morning. I'm in the scrutineering area, and you're looking at the Mustang sampling Porsche 963 right now as it's being inspected. With this car, I'm going to take a look. We're going to roll the back here too. One thing you may notice is I take you around the paddock, and I'm going to take you to virtually every stall where they, where they have, are working on or preparing cars for today's practice. You may see, for example, a GT3 car next to a GTP car, and that's because they are on the same thing. And the Mustang sampling car that you just saw on scrutineering is part of Proton competition. They also have a Ford GT3. So if you see that, don't be confused. So let's move on to the paddocks now. Okay guys, now this is the first form Ford GT3. This is with Proton competition. You can see in the background there. Right next to it is the stall that is empty. That is because the Mustang sampling car currently is in scrutineering, as I showed you a moment ago. And there's what the front end of a Porsche 963 looks like. And guys, next, this is the Iron Lynx paddock area, and you can see both of their Lamborghinis, that of the Iron Dames, the pink one there, number 83, and the number 19 car as well. And one thing you'll notice in the paddock area too is you have all sorts of body parts put on stands. That's because they usually have the engine cover or the hood open as they're doing work on all these cars actively throughout the day. And folks, this is our lone Lamborghini GTP car that you see there, the number 63 car. Get a close look at that because it's the only one you're going to see this weekend. Now this is the BMW paddock area, as you can see right there, and I do not know where the cars are. I did not see them scrutineering. But I'm sure we'll find them around here somewhere, so we'll move on. Like, this is the Penske Porsche paddock, and you'll see they're going to have both cars here, the number 5 and the number 6. And as you can, I'm going to actually pull back here a little bit. You can see they've got the hoods mounted, and you see the rear end piece, and back there is the actual car itself. And there is the other car. Again, as I pull back, let's look at it. That's what these gorgeous body parts look like. Ungodly expensive. Okay guys, now here's one of the unique liveries that we had this weekend. This is the number 1 Cadillac, and as you can see, it's got this, it looks pink, but it's kind of like a, I guess almost a burgundy color. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be pink and they're celebrating, breast history, breast cancer awareness or something like that. But anyhow, if I find out, I will let you know. Also is the other Konica Minolta Acura right here. It's kind of hard to see behind all the body panels. You can see that they have mounted up there. And there's the number 40 car as well. So you have both Wayne Taylor Racing Acuras. As you know, they have 2 cars in the field because Meyer Shank lost their privileges to as a factory support team last year due to some rules infractions at Daytona. Now this is also one of the Wayne Taylor Racing Andretti cars. This is their Lamborghini. I believe it is the number 45 car. This is JDC Miller Motorsports, and this is their Porsche 963, number 85 car. There you see the nose of it, you see the rear, and there is the car itself. And this is what the cars look like when they're doing prep work on them. They might be doing balancing, I don't know. Now this is the second and the last of the 2 Cadillacs that we have here. Number 31 car, the Wheelin' Cadillac. Again, no special livery on this one. This is just the standard livery. Guys, this is the Michelin Tire Center. This is where they prep all of the tires and the wheels for the cars. Each team supplies the wheels. The Michelin people, you can see in here, put the tires on the wheels. Then they rack them. And for each car, for example, you see that's the number 77 car. They have the wheels all prepped for them. Now guys, this is Magnus Racing, and this is the Flex Box Aston Martin. It always confuses me because they used to be a Mercedes AMG. Next to it, however, is a Mercedes AMG. It is that of, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the team here. The number 80 car, however, Oh, by the way, that was the Lone Star Racing Mercedes AMG you saw. This is JRC Competition, their Ferrari 296. A beautiful car in the red chrome livery. And this is the Wright Motorsports Porsche 911, number 120 car. You see they've got the lights lit up. Also notice how the number panel lights up. You can see that, the number 120 on the side of it. Now folks, this is the J.G. Wentworth Acura NSX. It is the only Acura in the entire field. And this is the last year of this. So after this year, this car is gone, as Acura is no longer supporting that particular model. It's a shame to see it go. It's a good running car, that of J.G. Wentworth. Now this is MDK Motorsports, high-class racing. You're going to see a Porsche 911, and then you're going to see an LMP2 car. Yes, we still run LMP2 cars here in the IMSA WeatherTech series. And because these are both under the same banner as far as the team, you'll see them together in the pit stall, and I know that can be kind of confusing. Now guys, this is Inception Racing, and you may remember they used to run a McLaren. They kind of switched mid-season to the Ferrari 296, and here's a good look at that car. You'll notice the red Inception with like the bumblebee on the front of the nose, but it's a Ferrari, not a McLaren. Now this is AWA Racing, and they run a couple of Corvettes. This is the number 70, or I'm sorry, the 13 car, the yellow one. Very, very cool looking, nice looking car. This is a privateer team. It is not one of the factory teams, but they do get factory support. Now here we have a couple of Ferraris. This is the Kettler Ferrari. I just saw them roll the other one out of the stall. They're probably taking it to scrutineering, so we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Well, you see the teams all gathered around it. They're probably having a powwow or something. I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of times they have team meetings. They have practice in about an hour and a half. So everybody's kind of scrambling to get their cars ready for that. Now this is Richard Mille AF Corsa. This is an LMP2. I pull back, you can see that there, and there's the nose of the car. Now this is another LMP2, that of Tower Events. This car usually runs pretty well. There's the nose for the Thomas Racing LMP2, but the pit stall is empty. I imagine they have probably moved to scrutineering, so we'll catch them up in just a moment. I've just passed a bunch of empty stalls, so I imagine a lot more cars are moving to scrutineering. This is Conquest Racing's Ferrari 296. And you see it's up on jacks, the wheels are off. Now this is another Ferrari 296, the 82 car. This is a pro entry. This used to be an LMP2 car at one time, the Flexbox team. But here you can see they've got it, and this is new to me. I don't believe I have seen this car previously. I could be wrong. I don't even think it is in the program as a pro entry, but you can see the number 82, red, number panel, the red mirrors and everything. You know it's a pro entry. I'm gonna have to double check that. All right, guys, here is Spike with AO Racing. This is their LMP2 entry, Spike the Dragon. I'm sure everybody is familiar with it. It's a cool look at their paddock here. They do a really nice job. They have got the Porsche 911 right next door, which we'll look at in just a moment. And they always go out and have this, I guess you could call it tropical, dinosaur-like atmosphere around it. You got a dragon, you got a T-Rex. You know, it is what it is. And there is a look at T-Rex. All right, guys, this is Multimatic Ford Performance. This is their two factory entries in the GT3 arena. These are the guys that kind of yelled at me yesterday when I was doing the chaotic tour, as I call it, of the Paddock, which it was. But here you can see both the cars. Notice one has a black banner, the other one white, to tell the difference between the two of them. Now guys, this is the Heart of Racing team. These are Aston Martin Vantages. Now they're entering two pro cars today, the number 23 and the number 27 are the 027. Normally they run one pro and one pro-am. Guys, this is Vassar Sullivan Racing. And as you know, they field 2 Lexus. I believe it's the RCF. The livery looks very similar to that of last year's, but it really is quite different. It's even, I think, more complex than it was last year, which I think makes it a little bit more interesting. Again, I just kind of reminisce on this because the last time we're going to see it, you know, this, well, not the last time ever, but it's the last race of the season anyway. Now here's a sure fan favorite. This is Risi Competition and their Ferrari 296. They only do the endurance races with this car. We have a bunch of Ferraris in the field, I think 3 or at least 4 today. Now here's a car you got a much better look at if you saw yesterday, my chaotic Paddock tour, as I call it. This is the, good morning, Pfaff Motorsports number 9 car. They're running a McLaren this year with a professional lineup of drivers. Last year they were in a Porsche, as you know. Still have the plaid livery on it. You can kind of see that on the on those gull wing doors. They've actually had 4 different liveries this year. This one is my favorite. Now this is Paul Miller Racing. They run a BMW M4. This is one of the better running cars, and I think they have a true run at the championship this year in the GTD Pro class. Now this is Inter Europol by Mathiasen Motorsports, and this is an LMP2 entry. Can't miss this one. I mean, you've seen it race at Daytona, you've seen it race at Le Mans. The green and yellow livery, unmistakable. Okay guys, this is ERA Motorsports. This is their LMP2 entry. Now this is a rather unique livery. This is different. I don't believe I have seen this one before. This blue and purple combination. It's really quite cool. Can't wait to see this out on the track to see what it really looks like. Now this is Windward Racing. They normally have a Mercedes AMG. I do not see it. And I just checked scrutineering. There are not that many cars there. They're still working on the Mustang sampling car, which you saw earlier. So I don't know where this car is. So that's 3 cars I can't find. Well guys, welcome to Pratt Miller Corvette Racing. Here's the number 3 and the number 4 car. Yes, they're going to be racing both cars this weekend. They're both yellow, but that's okay. You know, yellow is Corvette. I mean, that's the color they've been running under for generations. C4, C5, C6, C7, now C8, this being the mid-engine version of that. There's a cool look at the nose of the cars. They're putting up a barrier to keep people away, like me. All right, guys, this is Ranch Resort Riley Motorsports. This is their LMP2 entry. Scanning there, you can see that way back there. This is a livery that everybody should be familiar with. They ran this at LMP3. Now they're in LMP2. This is Gar Robinson's team. Always a good running car. Now here's United Motorsports. They're LMP2. Now they're also running Ben Keating's car as well, which as we move around here, you're going to see. And I'm sure everybody knows who Ben Keating is. Probably the best amateur driver in the entire field here. He's raced and won in damn near everything there is. All right, guys, here is Kortkoff Racing and their Mercedes AMG. I absolutely love this livery they have this year. This is new for this year, but not new. They've been running this livery the entire year. I absolutely love it. There's a good look at the back of it. One thing I like about the Mercedes AMG, and you've seen the model cars that I have, is I love how the rear diffuser just fits into the bodywork. Almost like it's perfect, and I'm sure it's designed that way. It's a good running car. It is a favorite, particularly among the AM teams like the 32 here, because it's very controllable by amateur drivers, or so I'm told. Now guys, this is the Turner Motorsports Liqui BMW M4. It is the last car in our paddock view, and if you've watched this through the entirety, you've only missed 3 cars. You've missed the 2 BMWs, the number 24 and the 25 car, and I believe one of the Mercedes AMGs we didn't see. And I did not see them in scrutineering, but I am going to go back there in just a moment to make sure that if they're there, you get to see them. Okay guys, here's Windward Racing. This is the Mercedes AMG I was looking for. They have it under a tarp. I do not know why. I don't know if maybe they've withdrawn it from racing for some reason. I have absolutely no idea. We haven't even started practice yet. It's Thursday. The race isn't until Saturday, but it's really unusual to see a car in this state an hour and a half from the first practice. Here's a little better look at the BMW M4 from Paul Miller Racing. It was kind of busy when I was here before. Now you can get a much closer look at the car. As the nose of it is off. Look at that phenomenal radiator system and everything that they have in this car. It's just absolutely amazing. I love, if you notice the huge exhaust that comes out the side of it, there you can see where it originates from. They've got a radiator in the trunk of